So you started your business and you just got a letter from the IRS and you're thinking, oh my gosh, am I going to be going to jail? What do I do with this? Is this the end of my business? Are they going to take all of my money, take all of my assets? What does it mean and what you should do? Not to be dramatic, this is a terrifying experience. But before you go and book a flight to leave the country over these unpaid taxes, let's talk about what you should actually do. So I've worked with multiple clients who are in this exact situation. I actually have a couple of them right now that have just launched their business. They've been excited to grow, and then dun dun dun, this letter comes in the mail and it's the scariest thing that you have gotten. It's confusing. They're not the easiest to read. And what do you do once you've gotten this? The thing to know is it is more common than you think. Most people will probably get a letter. Even if you've done everything right, there's always something that comes through that you may have forgotten to do. So not to worry. One of my clients received a letter from the IRS stating that you have not filed your taxes and we're putting a hold on your company, which the client knew. He has not filed his taxes. And so what we did was we hurried up and kind of got the last part of his accounting together as his business was just getting started. And then he worked with his CPA and the IRS to come up with a good plan so that he wasn't charged a crazy amount of interest for these late fees of not filing his taxes for the first year. Another great example of this is a client I had around payroll, and they got a letter saying, hey, you have not filed your quarterly payroll. They're using a payroll company and they were hoping that the payroll company would get this done. They did not. And so it was going back to the payroll company and saying, hey, you missed the filing for this. You need to get it done. And so the payroll company then took the legal steps to take care of it. The client was not responsible for any of the late fees the payroll company took. Those are just a couple examples of things that would come up that you need to be aware of yes, they seem scary, but when you actually read into them, you get a plan together, they're easy enough to take care of where you can rest again at night. The goal is to move from reactive to strategic. And that's actually why you started your business. You want to enjoy it. And so if you can get rid of some of those chaotic things that pop along the way, then you can go back to running your business and enjoying all the outcomes of it. So start by asking for help, because that's where the real growth begins. So if this hits close to home, leave a question in the comments and I'll point you in the right direction.